Oh guys, first of all, thanks so much for the responses that you guys gave to sa Batgirl cosplay shoot process. So there are lots of people who messaged me afterwards if it's possible to see more. So I'm here back again. So I'm gonna be showing you more of the process of the cosplay shoots we've done. And one of the recent images we came out is actually a remake. It's a, I guess, remake version 2.5 of my Rikku Final Fantasy X2 cosplay shoot. So I'll show you guys through the process after this. Oh yeah guys, alright. So, like I said, this Rikku cosplay shoot is version 2.5 kasi I did this shoot with Alodia years ago, and it's one of the first cosplay shoots I ever did. And like I said, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. As of recording this, naglaro ulit ako nung Final Fantasy X2 Remastered. So, biglang na-rejuvenate, so to speak, yung fandom ko for Final Fantasy, especially for this particular series. Yun. So, sila Rikku, sila Pain, sila Yuna. I'm a big fan of those characters. So, I don't mind shooting various versions of their cosplay. Now, I tend to redo and remake a good number of the concepts because I was never really satisfied Not because the previous image was not any better. Of course, it was excellent. My God, it was Alodia. But it's more of, alam mo yung after every shoot, you're parang, there's always more ideas in your head. I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. So parang after ko, first time ko sinut si Alodia with that, mga 1 week or 1 month after lumabas yung final artwork ng piece, I said, oh man, should have done this, I should have added that, I should have done this, and changed a lot of stuff. And those ideas got dormant in my head. And then again, a few years afterwards, naisip ko, what if naman I re-edit the scene, I re-edit the shot, and incorporate more cosplayers. Kasi doon sa original peg, doon sa artwork niya, tatlo sila. There were 3 of them. It was Rikku in front, Yuna on the right, and Pain on the left. Now, APCC 2015, Monika Lee happened to guest along with yours truly. So, meron siyang Yuna na Final Fantasy X2 costume. So, good thing Monika was so nice. Monika, please bring your costume. So, we shot it one of those nights after the con. Grabe, pagod na kami noon, but it was already the opportunity to shoot. So good thing the studio was still open around 8 p.m. or so. So from the convention center, we went to the studio, did a couple of shots, and I said, oh yan, maybe I could already incorporate another character into the scene. So I did that shoot, and we added Monika into the background sa original Alodia shot ko. So I pushed it further, and I said, oh, re-edit na natin, let's see and what happens. So that became like version 2. Alright, so, or version 1.5. I'm lost in the versions, what the hell, I'm just making all these up, diba? So sabihin natin version 1.5 kasi same thing lang din, no? Ayun. So that stayed there, and then again, fast forward a little. I got to meet more cosplayers. I got to work with Dinny several times. Discovered we were related. It was just recent. We discovered we're like distant cousins. But anyway, so I started collaborating with her and her brother Jello, and one of her dream cosplay shoots pala was Rikku. So I'm like, uy, interesting to. So I remembered also that we had several shots of Rikku with Alodia na hindi nagamit. Kasi I just concentrated on one shot. But hindi nagamit, hindi na talaga siya nagamit. We shot a lot of shots nun. And there was one prop where she was holding the blades. And I called up Alodia. Uy, Alodia, nandiyan pa ba yung Rikku blades mo? And lo and behold, galing, Alodia still keeps tabs of the costume she has over the years. So astig, diba? So she was happy naman to turn it back to us kasi it's been sitting in her I guess storage room for years. Thank you, Alodia. So ayun. So because of that little nugget, naisip ko, dream cosplay shoot ni Dinny. Tara, let's do it all over again. So now naman, luckily, si Dinny and her best friend Carla did the tandem. So they did Rikku and Yuna. So I had a chance to redo the entire scene. So ayan, so I correct myself. So instead of version 2.5, it's just version 2. Ayun. So that's the little kwento. I will guide you guys now on how we picked out the shots and how we actually did the shoot. Ayan. Sayang na daming shoots na naganap nung day na yon. Ang tanga, engot. Hindi ko na video. Galing, diba? Bagalin ko. Ayun. So anyway, so eto habol ko. So I'm gonna show you guys the post-production process on how we came up with the Rikku image version 2. I always start off the post-production process, like I said, with an FA guide. So as you could see, of course may cover photo ako ni Rikku dahil trip lang. So as for the digital imaging, I always introduce the peg to the art director or the digital imager para malaman nila na kung saan ako nagagaling and what kind of shots I'm actually, or what's the shot look and feel that I am aiming for. And some background data na rin about yung context ng shoot. So, like I said, here's my peg, and then on the right was version 1.5 with Alodia and Monika na re-edited. Alright, so next will be the selected image. As you could see, selected image is number 239 for Rikku and 269 for Yuna. Alright, so ang gawin natin, I can skip to my bridge. Ito tayo sa bridge. As you could see, these are all the different shots I did during the shoot. Iba-ibang poses, diba? So I'm sure, we're gonna come out with all these other shots over time. Yan na, ito nasakit ko, diba? It goes into post-production hell. So, before it actually comes out. Now, 239. Alright. Here we go. So, this is image 239, yung pinili kong shot. And if you noticed, the hair was pulled back and the shawl was also pulled back. Kasi material shots yan. So, as you could see in the other shots na material ko dito, you could see, man, I concentrated more in looking at how the shawl would bend and would fly. And then afterwards, we also did some hair stunts with our lovely super assistant Dodong. Diba? So si Dodong na yung gumagawa ng mga hair flips and hair stunts namin over the years for cosplay shoots. Nasanay na siya, so he really knows what to do. So coming back, so like I said, I did a bare image of Rikku like this. So just to give me material shots for the body, kasi sometimes if you want to shift the scarf and its movement in the shot, you need materials underneath. So that's why I shot it as bare as I can, like that. Okay, minus the frills, the basic body structure lang. So yeah. So after ko mapili yon, hinanap ko din yung pang background shot ni Yuna naman. So pinili natin shot number 269, and it was this pose ni Carla. Later on, we also did a solo shot ni Carla, which we will come out in another cosplay image, and I will do also a tutorial on the process of how we did this. But for now, Carla became the support character for the Rikku image. Alright? But then again, lahat ng materials na to, pare-pareho lang naman na shoot namin in session eh. So yung materials na ginamit for Rikku, pwede rin magamit for the Yuna solo. Alright, so you could see nag-shoot din kami ng skirts and the tail or yung hair niya na mahaba. I really called the tail because it's really that long. So yun. Then after the lovely girls are finished, we went ahead naman in shooting the materials. So ito naman yung scarf shots. I never picked one shot. I would pick several shots kasi ang aim natin dito to produce enough material for our digital imager to work with. So tagpi-tagpi niya. So he'll piece it together in post-production. What's important for us on our end as the photographer, we have to provide him the best materials that we can shoot to provide. Yeah. So As you could see, different angles and different types of flying scarves. So after getting the scarf shots naman, we now move down to, ang gulo. Yan. We move down naman to the hair. So what we did naman, we put na lang si Dinny had a mannequin head where she puts all her wigs. So we used that na lang as a base. Lagyan natin yung wig doon. And then we were flying it off. Like ginagawa natin, binabatak namin. Since it's not that long naman, so we didn't need to use a hanger. Yun, pwedeng kamay na ni Dodong kasi it was just there. As you could see here, kamay na lang yung nagli-lift. Tapos at the same time, somebody's just holding down the wig. Kasi kung hindi, lilipad niya kasama yung buong ulo, di ba? So I shift back to my PowerPoint presentation. So I'm gonna relay all those pointers kay Gani, who's our digital imager. So ayan. So as you could see, put hair and flying scarf using material shots provided. So ayan. So to extend the hair, tapos it gives Gani the option kung pakapalin pa yung buhok. Kasi of course exaggerated na yan sa mga ibang images to make it look nice, diba? They're big flowy big flowy hair. And then of course the scarf. And then I move down and here. So ayan na yung shot ni Carla naman to be placed on the background, plus the extra materials that we shot for her solo, which is the cape, your skirt din niya and the tail hair. Okay? So ang advantage na lang, I guess, ng shoot na to was the CG assets created ni Glenn Tungol, who's also a fellow photographer and as well an awesome CG artist. He did it years ago and the assets are still there and the assets are still workable. So, diba? So it's just a matter of, using it again. Diba? So we got the original PSD file nito, which is the one with Alodia, was more than 1 gig and several, I should say, almost 100 something layers din in Photoshop. So good luck talaga sa pagbukas niya. So, wait, I can also show that to you guys. Alright, hold on. So the original PSD file of Rikku took about 1.6 gigs in size. And as I can show you, here's my Photoshop. Ito yung mga layers niya. Yan, good luck na lang talaga. Yan. Okay. Also, interesting tip for rather static poses like these, which doesn't require a lot of material shots on the side of the model. It helps when you guide the model to do the pose as close to the peg as possible. Ako kasi, I try to not use so much material shots dahil mahirap yun ipag tagpi-tagpiin to put them all together in Photoshop. So good thing, and luckily, Rikku's pose was not that hard to replicate, and Dinny was able to do it almost perfectly. The only case is, of course, illustrations can cheat, so it can approximate. Her pose is already as close as we got, but you'll never really get it down to the very image, so halos impossible na yon. Now, after all said and done, after you get all the material shots, the flying scarf, the wig, the tail hair, and the skirt from the original peg like this, our latest rendition, corrected now, version 2 to version 2 is this. There you go. So ayan guys, so that's how we pulled off our Rikku version 2. So if you like the video, please hit like, and if you have a comment or questions about cosplay photography, this process, or photography in general, leave them below. I will try to answer them as best as I can, either through another comment or another video. Alright? And please, please, please subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. We love to pump out content like this for you. Alright guys? Tablante out.